Yeah, good morning, good morning. I've brought a lot of seedlings up to the sunroom. Sit down here in the chair closer to these. These are my squash. I have 2 vegetable marrow. These are vegetable spaghetti. I have 9 vegetable spaghetti. And I can go through a lot of those anyway, so it doesn't matter how many I get. There's dark green zucchini. Last year, I didn't have any of these grow. I don't know why. Now, I don't know if I told you in the last seedling update, but they did come up, and you know about these type of plants, they can grow fast, and so this is why they stretch for the light. I realized that they weren't getting enough light downstairs, and since I brought them up here now, they've all started to get their second leaf. They get enough light here. There's another vegetable marrow. Oh, okay. I got them separated. There's 5 vegetable marrow there, and then the other 2 over there. Butternut squash. And my beet plants, they're coming along nicely. Now, I won't be able to put them out until after the last frost date, so that'll be like June the 6th or 7th or something. I'll put those out. Romeo cherries coming along nicely. There's my Dill's Atlantic giant pumpkin. Now, the tomatoes. What I found when I brought the ones that were looking half decent up here was that they perked right up. Last night, I was down in the grow room and I top watered some, and I had some standing up and they just flopped right over. These here were 2 of them. And they have a little narrow part right at the base. Really pronounced than this one. But it was just laying over. I'm like, will this die or what? But as you can see now, since last night, it is perking up here, along with these 2 here that have flopped over. This stupicate here, it was actually laying right down, but it's been here now for a few days. But it was laying right down with just this one leaf when I brought it up here, and it straightened up completely and is growing more leaves on top. So, this brand new one here, look at the base of this. I thought for sure that that's not going to live, but it's coming along. And so I brought these little tiny ones up here then. Something in the grow room does not agree with the tomatoes. And up here they're doing fine. Here's another one that I brought up last night, so that's why it's laying over, and I'm thinking that it will probably perk up here now. These here, these are noticeably, these are, what are they? Furthest north. They don't have any leaves on the bottom, and they were just dying downstairs. They have noticeably perked up now since last night. I have, as you can see, for me, quite a few tomato plants here. I have 3 silver fir tree, so I'd like to get a couple more of those. And I'm hoping those furthest north, they do okay now. But I only have 4, so I'd like to get a couple more going of those. Cucumbers, Morton Early. There's full 10 of those. And a full 10 of the bush crop. I have 8 National Pickling. All of these are the Russian Mulberry. And we'll go outside. This is one of the mulberry trees, and it's alive. It's alive up to here, so it could shoot out at any one of these buds. It'll probably be one of these smaller buds down here. And over here, this was one of the 2 healthy ones. And there's healthy buds starting to swell right there. Mulberries, they are late leaving out anyway. But I mean, even the alders, they're just getting their leaves coming out. So they are in no way late for a mulberry tree. This one is quite alive. It's got some dead ends on the branches up here, but it's got quite a bit of life. So I have 2 live mulberry trees. I'm going to put some compost around there, remove the vegetation out a little bit more, and put a good ring of stakes around so the hares won't get in and eat them. But here, they're not all growing with mulberry plants in them, so I'm going to take back now the cups that don't have any growing in them and put in something else. The sickly looking cole crops that I had in the grow room, they are coming along better here. These are my plants that I'm trying to, can you see through there? I'll take the cup off, plastic off this one. You see, they're all leaving out, but as I said before, they won't have any roots on them yet. I have 5 cups with lavender in it, and the biggest one, summer savory. I have 5 nasturtium plants here. They're growing. We'll see what happens. Hot pepper, chocolate pepper. This is all my Osage orange. I still want to do a living fence and probably wall up around the place where I've got the mulberry trees planted up on the top hill. So I'm going to plant them out and hopefully they grow. And you've seen this before. I've got them organized now though. I have 4, 5, 6 St. John's wort plants. That's wonderful. And 4 Greek oregano. See, they're getting, I wouldn't say they're root bound yet, but they're getting there. The same thing with those. I've got 3 beautiful winter savory there. And my onions in a cup I'm experimenting with. Lettuce are doing nicely. I'm harvesting lower leaves on them. I don't know how they're supposed to grow, of course, so I can't say whether they're doing good or bad. It's just what you see. I harvest some leaves once in a while. And, well, I have to harvest leaves because they grow up with new leaves in the center. The bottom leaves die. You see, here's one dying here now. So I have to keep harvesting the lower leaves, similar to what I'm doing with the kale. Or else I get a bunch of dead leaves down on the bottom. Down in the basement shop, I have some things I want to transplant up. So these now, here are the rest of the, well, most of the rest of the large seeds that I had planted. There's some zucchini dark green. This is some butternut squash down this line. I've got a couple of baby pan pumpkin, white scallop squash. And now I want to put these up in 2 cups and bring them upstairs before they start to go leggy. I put in a row of the large seeded tall sunflowers here. So I want to put them into bigger containers and bring them upstairs. I do have a bunch of brassicas here. And I think what I'm going to do is put maybe 4 plugs into one of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, because brassicas transplant fairly well. And then bring them upstairs and see how they grow. They're gone leggy, but I'll put them down in the bottom and then I'll pack soil around them right to the top of this. And here I have, I put my hand underneath. So you see that's some marigolds coming up there. This, okay, I've got 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. All of these over here, these are parsnips. So I'm going to bring them outside and put them in the ground and see what happens. They're just barely up, so the sun actually shouldn't hurt them that much, if at all. And I was being worried about the tomatoes, so as you can see I've got a bunch of seedlings coming up over on this end of tomatoes. And what I've done here, I grew these last year. The soldier bean was the one that did the least, but I had them over on the shady plot, and I think that's why they didn't do well. The Jacob's cattle done fairly well, and the black turtle. Now there's 40 cells in each one of these, which technically I could put more than that in a bed, but that's what I'm going to put in each bed. So I need to have 3 beds for the baking beans that I have. These are what's left of the squash seeds. And there's the baby pan pumpkin. There's 1 more seed now sprouted. So I will set that in some soil. Taking the buckthorn seeds out of the cold stratification a couple of days ago. There's 78 seeds there. So I don't know how long it will take these to sprout now. But by the time I need the sunroom for these, there'll be most of the stuff that's in there will be out of there. To get these plugs out of here, I tried with the little pencil and poking up through that hole. And what I found, I take a little thin piece of something. I've got a piece of plastic here. And you poke down beside. The plant, like so. Looks like the plastic is not going to be strong enough. So I'll take a piece of thin wood. And then ease it out. So there it is. There's its roots. Lodge it in on the container. Pack soil around it. And make sure you label it. Zucchini, dark green. I will do that once again. I'll bring these upstairs and they'll be nice and stocky when I put them out, see? "13 more squash plants to go up to the sunroom." So with these cole crops now, I will take them out. I've got a little bit of soil put in the bottom of that container. For this one I'll have to put them right on the bottom though. So I'll take that one and I'll lean them against that side. Take them and lean them up in that corner. Okay, so I got that far. I don't have them right in against plastic. There, I'll take the tab and put them down in the middle. This last one here now, I'll just discard that. I have, as you can see, one in each corner. And after I got them in the sunroom for a few days, they perked up and started to grow. Then I'll decide which of these I will cut out and leave just one plant in each corner. I took the tomatoes that had that thin piece on the bottom and I took out half the soil because the roots were only about halfway down, and I buried them deeper. So that should give them a better health now. A lot of healthy seedlings, and time's coming to plant them all out. Hope you enjoyed this view, and I'll see you in the next video.